Very disappointed, of course, about tonight's result and ultimately our exit from the competition. We haven't progressed as far as I thought we were capable of, and that's obviously not acceptable. I'm actually proud of the work that my coaching staff and I have achieved during our time at the helm with England. The transition from a squad whose average age was 30 to now being the youngest in the tournament is both remarkable and exciting for the future of English football. I would have loved to stay on for another 2 years. However, I'm pragmatic and know that we are in the results business. My contract was always up after the Euros, so now is the time for someone else to oversee the progress of this young, hungry and extremely talented group of players. They've been fantastic, and they've done everything that's been asked of them. When I arrived, I was told that players didn't turn up to play for their country, or that they pull out at the last minute, but I've not seen any of that. These players love to play for their country, and their commitment has been unquestionable.
So that's the story. Roy Hodgson had to quit the coaching role as head coach of England after that unbelievable, incredible, devastating 2-1 loss to Iceland. Everyone is talking about it. Toby Emmanuel joins us now. I'm sure he's talking about it also. Toby, good to have you join us on the show.
Yeah, great to be here.
Right.
Great to have Melissa here also. Youth development has also helped her to get to this stage.
Fantastic.
Where she is.
Fantastic. Thank you. Just hold your thought, Toby. We'll come back to you. Let's go to London. Let's understand the mood that is going on in England now. Seth Bennett is a BBC commentator. He joins us now to talk about a historic win for Iceland. Good morning, Seth, and welcome to Sports This Morning.
Well, you say good morning. I'm not sure it's such a good morning for us here in England. It's grey, it's cloudy, and we all feel pretty miserable.
Wow. While we try to, mourn with England, let's celebrate Iceland. What a story. Incredible win for them, Seth.
It is. It's a wonderful story of what they've been able to do. 335,000 people, a city a similar size to Leicester City. And all of a sudden you look at it and you see the fact that England have... I can't believe it. It's still even now. I turned around last night and I was watching the game with my family. And I turned around on the sofa and I said, don't worry. They're still going to win this game with half an hour to go. With 15 minutes, I still felt there might be an equaliser in there. And then you just saw the most amateur display from a professional bunch of millionaires that you could ever possibly imagine. Players not being able to control the ball. Harry Kane saw the ball go into his feet. He had my touch. It rebounded 10 yards away from him. Every time it went up there. Wayne Rooney, all of a sudden, in the group stage, he was pinging 30, 40, 50-yard passes right to feet. All of a sudden, he couldn't trap a bag of cement. It was incredible to watch how England just fell apart at the hands of a team that was disciplined, it was passionate, but it was a team that was together. And I just didn't get the sense from England that as a group they were together. And in that moment where they needed one leader to put their hand in the air and say, hey, follow me. Follow me right now because I'm going to take you to where we need to be, which is through to the quarterfinals of this competition. They all looked around and nobody was willing to take that mantle on.
Now, that's really a tough one for most of the England fans to take. Now, if you take a look at what happened in the game, people are actually saying that maybe because last Lagerbäck, when he was in charge of Sweden, he has never lost to England. Maybe that's what comes to play here. What do you think?
Look. At the end of the day, when you have a team who, if we're going to talk in Premier League terms, a team that should be in the top 6 in the Premier League is playing a team from the Championship, 8 times out of 10 you expect the Premier League team to win. Now, it was like the FA Cup last night because it was the Championship side who showed that on their day they were able to nullify England. And you've got to give Lars Lagerbäck all the credit in the world because he's done a wonderful job in changing Icelandic football, and they've come into this tournament and they've been brilliant. And you can take nothing away from Iceland because they were the best side. Over 90 minutes, they were better than England and they fully deserved to go through. And But I don't think you can look at that. I think you look at the players that Roy Hodgson elected to put on the field of play. I thought the lack of change in structure and formation through the full 90 minutes from England, and the lack of imagination, again, from England. You know, move to 3 at the back. Move to playing 2 at the back. Change your structure all the way through the game. And if you're going to put Marcus Rashford on, don't give him 5 minutes. What's the point?
Okay, Seth, we feel your pain in the studio here, definitely. But obviously, the back pages, the most popular words, humiliating, disgraceful, good riddance. Are you sure you guys are not overreacting here?
No, I'm not sure at all. I'm absolutely certain that the reaction is bang on, actually. This is as humiliating as any result that I can recall for England in a very, very long time. You think back to when they lost to Norway. There's that great bit of commentary, I'm sure you guys have heard it as well, where the Norwegian commentator runs through the lists of all the various different famous English people, including Margaret Thatcher and Winston Churchill. Your boys took a hell of a beating. Well, it's kind of one of those days. You know, Iceland had no business beating England last night. And maybe that's a conceited attitude to have. But look at the players. Look where the players are playing currently from the 2 teams. And you would say, well, yeah, that's a better squad of players. Very few of the Icelandic players would have got into the England starting 11. So, no, this isn't by any stretch an overreaction. The fact that Roy Hodgson resigned and had a prepared statement, that was quite worrying for me. Because that came out very, very quickly after the game. I know, having worked at many of these games, it's almost impossible to find a printer anywhere, so I wonder where he did print that statement off. I don't think it's an overreaction. England just simply weren't good enough, and they should be. In these tournaments, like the European Championships, England have got to be looking to get to the last 4. Anything less than reaching the last 4 is a failure.
I agree. It's a total failure. Unbelievable result. Thank you so much, Seth, for talking to us. I would say good morning. Let the morning continue. Sorry,
Thanks,
Seth.
guys.
Thank you. All right, that's the BBC Sports commentator, said Bennett. I'll come straight up to you, Toby. He said, Iceland had no business beating England last night, but they're telling us an incredible story, and I think we should watch that team closely.
Kudos to the Iceland team. We saw it coming. I saw it coming. First, without being disrespectful to the English national team, the Iceland team is a team in progress. They did it against Netherlands. They were the one that stopped the Netherlands from qualifying for the Euro 2016. Also, their progression into the tournament from their first matches, they have this compatibility in the midfield and their defense. And once they go on the break, attacking, once they try to get the goal, they sit back and to absorb any pressure from their opponent. And that's what they did against England yesterday also. England have not been so fantastic. Starting from the first games, the second game till they got to this stage, they've been struggling because the part of the problem, there's a confusion in the starting, getting the right player to start. I don't see why Sterling is starting, and so even they don't even have the bench. If you look at the bench, who are the players to come into even feature? So the issues are so numerous that England, and they are overhyped. English players are over-celebrated or compared to other players. In Iceland, you have average players who were just ready to just go there to enjoy themselves. And we saw what happened to Greece when Greece won the Euro. Yeah. They didn't have too many fantastic players. Yeah. There are a few players who understand how to play football and don't take away, like Bennett rightly said, don't take it away from the coaching crew of Lars Lagerberg. Yeah. He and his assistant, they're able to mold a team together, and that is what we call team spirit, total play, a massive attack, massive defense, and they are the ones celebrating today.
Obviously, remarkable stuff. I mean, it looks like that's the old country right there.
Country, yeah.
That's the entire country right there. That's it right there.
80% of the country population actually got a ticket to watch this game.
Wow. Them, but
that's the guys gathered somewhere, and
they're all watching.
And their fans behaved unlike the English fans, who constituted nuisance, and even the Russian fans. And thank God they are out. Like somebody tweeted yesterday, thank God they are out, and let the tournament be peaceful.
So Austin, this is the old country right there. The remaining 10,000 were at the stadium.
They are at the stadium.
Amazing.
Believing, taking the faith of these guys to that stadium. I told us something. I said they will not go to Nice to be nice.
Yeah.
To the English, and they did just that. You know what, guys? We'll go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll listen to those Iceland coaches saying that the best is yet to come. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us.